Hey everyone, welcome back to the Challenger Series Spring Playoffs. We've reached a closeout Game 4 between Cloud9 Tempest and LMQ. And we're a man up in the analyst desk. Hi, welcome back. Yo. So that game, you talked about this actually off camera before we started. The games are getting progressively better for LMQ.
Right. So if you notice off the first game, they lost the game, but it wasn't terrible, right? Game 2, they won. And then Game 3, they won even harder. So there's a few things that went well for them. So pick and ban phase is progressively getting better and better. Bishu or C9 banned up Bishu. They banned Orianna and they banned Soraka. So he's getting his own champion pool banned out, which is terrible for them. And they're also wasting another ban on Caitlyn. What does that ban do for them? It's not doing anything because he still has Graves, there's still Corki, and there's still Lucian. So they're wasting all 3 of their bans, and when you're doing that, you're not going to have a good time in pick and ban phase.
It feels like they are sort of losing focus as the series goes deeper and deeper. Now, how much of that is due to just thinking about the last game, and they forget all the prep that they had coming into this series? Are they just playing super reactive, or what do you think is the problem going on with
right?
bans?
So I walked by their room both times after they lost. Actually, I'm not eavesdropping or anything, but when you walk by, you can hear them, right? So they keep talking about their mistakes or what they should they're talking about the game that just happened instead of looking towards the future. So when you lose a game, say you're in a best-of-3 series, you lost the first game, forget about that game. It doesn't matter anymore. Focus on what your plan was and stick to your plan. I think they're not sticking to their plan, obviously, because picks and bans are changing drastically, and they're starting to overthink things. They're not sticking to what they came in prepared with, and they're just doing things badly. They're starting to get outplayed. They're starting to get outdrafted. And I think this 4th game is going to go in LMQ's favor. Granted, I want C9 to win, obviously, but
sure,
the trend shows that it's going to be a good game for LMQ.
So then if you wanted to stop the tide, like say you're like the coach or the analyst for C9T, what do you tell them to do for Game 4? What do you change?
I would tell them to forget about the first 3 games. Bring their mindset back to 0-0. So when I was in a relegation, right, we were winning games. Say we're 2-0 and we win one more to win the set. I tell my team, forget about the first 2 games. Because when you're thinking about that, you'll play differently. Say you have 1 game left to win, you'll try to do something that would win the game for you, but that could go bad, and you throw the game. So when you forget about the other games and you just play normally, you're not playing. You play better and you think better. So tell your team to calm down, forget about the previous games, give them some water, and tell them to stick to their plan. And if their plan doesn't work out, that's fine. But at the very least, they stuck to it.
I have one more question for you, specifically about their use of teleports. It doesn't seem like that is giving them much of an advantage here. LMQ have stuck to the plan of combat summoners, and they're forcing fights, trying to bring the action to them. Do you think that Cloud9 just need to use their teleports better, or drop those summoner spells?
So that game right there, if they use their teleport better, they definitely could have won that game. For example, I think they got quadrant or something near that mid and inner turret. Instead of Izuki teleporting back, I think he should have just kept pushing bottom.
Yeah.
He would have got that turret. He may have gotten an inhibitor turret. And at that point in time, I think it's better to do a trade. You're losing the game, so do your best to try and trade objectives. Give them mid turret, delay their backs, but let him push bottom. So for example, when we were playing against Coast in the LCS of our last week, we were losing the game really hardly, right?
Yeah.
So at that point in time, we're like, hey, Midos, go bottom, have fun down there, do what you can. They started pushing our top inhibitor. We were like, hey, don't fight them. That's how we lose the game. And stall them out. Just delay their backs, let them try and take the turret, but do it slowly and don't die. And in that game, C9 was like, hey, let's fight this. I don't know why they're trying to fight it, but they shouldn't fight it. They have teleport. Let him use teleport. Don't force him into a bad spot. And they kept forcing Yuzuki into a bad spot.
Yeah. It's a very tricky summoner spell to use, and it doesn't look like they've put in enough practice with them.
Right.
All right, well, hi, thank you very much. That's the time we have because we're going to get ready now for the Game 4 here. LMQ could close it out and make it 3 in a row in this series. Champs like about to get underway, and we're going to see now if C9T can fix the mistakes, clear their head, maybe do checks, picks and bans backwards. I was going to say clear their head and picks and bans, and it all just went all weird. I was going to say champ select and bans. That's what it was.
It came out as do chicks. Is that what?
They're gonna do champ select and picks.
Okay.
And it became chicks. They're gonna do champ select picks properly here.
Freak with the strats. All right, let's see here. They do stick with the Caitlyn ban.
All right.
Speaking of chicks there, that Hyde does not think you should ban
Shyvana as well.
We'll have to see if they can continue. They're going back to focus, though. At least they're focusing on one thing here, focusing on 80 carries. Now, which is the last one, though, because they're actually banning out Lucian this time, and he's already played Graves, and he was effective on Graves.
Yeah. So is it Graves or Twitch, actually? No, it's Oriana.
Oriana
so
focus
first
again.
pick Nidalee?
One of the teams is going to use Nidalee this game.
Yeah, I feel like that's...
I'm going to predict.
With the Soraka ban, I feel like that's like a shoe-in. Now, that does leave Kha'Zix available. It does leave maybe that Graves open if you want it. It does leave the Morgana that's been so hotly contested as well. And I'm wondering, I feel like this is still like the obvious, like, grab Nidalee. The fact that LMQ just banned another mid laner means you almost have to at that point, or you risk, once again, losing a lot of your champion pool.
Yeah, okay, so they do go with the easy lock-in there for Nidalee. Now the question is, LMQ start thinking about lane swap situations, because you can shove it, you can punish a Nidalee early very easily. You actually don't even have to lane swap, but if you do, then you can punish her easier.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you get a matchup where you can just push into the turret, make her lose some CS in that one, and life becomes difficult. So the hovers now for LMQ, though. Of course, they get the chance to play Kha'Zix there. I think the smart choice would not to ban that one out. I think red side, you trade a lot of top tier champions. The 80 carry bans that did go through this time around, LMQ maybe are allowed to play Twitch in this one. Haven't got to see him very much. Mashby had a great game on it. Maybe we're going to see Vasily have a game on it.
So heavy team fight here for LMQ, it looks like. Twitch, very strong in picking people off towards the mid game. If it does get crazy like that towards the mid game, we've seen so many times, this matchup especially, AD carry duels, people on top side dying at the same time. Twitch thrives in those situations. Vasily, if he gets even a little lead, once Blade of the Ruin King is completed, he'll be looking for Altec once again to settle the score.
Yeah.
They'll be having those duels, and he can have the advantage this time because he's going to come in with the ambush.
Yeah, Twitch is one of the best duelists. There's very few champions who can beat him up. As long as he's not near a wall, he'll even beat up Vayne. There's just a lot of damage. There's actually some regions where their Twitch build is Ruin King Yomu's. Yeah. Just to like ambush you and you're locked down. I have crazy attack speed and they just one-shot the guy. You can even take out mid laners that way. We're going to see if that's the case though, because C9T though, making their adaptations, taking the Renekton away from Ackerman.
Plus, they lock in the Karma to supplement the Nidalee. Not only does Karma bring poke, but also disengage, very important with that Nidalee comp, so you can keep your squad away from the hard engage of your enemies. Twitch pops off his spray and pay. That's great. He's immobile though, so all you have to do is pop your Karma speed, back up a little bit, wait for it to time out.
And I also love Karma against Twitch in lane. Twitch is pretty short range, 550, no mobility, no real reach with his spells. Like, going for Flastic Sponge is a really big waste of ban. It's not a lot of damage, so he's got to get an auto attack range and take spells to the face. LMQ though, here's the fun thing. Pick the Cinder into Nidalee, saying, you know what, Xiao Wei Xiao can matchup.
That's this is
kind of a
bold statement here from Xiao Wei Xiao. He wants the other hand in this matchup. See it go the other way. But like I said, they're looking for a lot of kills here, LMQ. They want to burst somebody down. They can also pick up a Thresh to supplement this Twitch. I think that their only reason they're leaving that to last pick is because the Karma was locked in so early. It should be a pretty easy decision to go with. One of the best champions to go along with Twitch to offer repositioning. However, I also said they're looking to blow people up.
Yeah. Well, one of the two.
One's going to be right.
Maybe. We'll see which one. They're going to go a different way. Morgana it is. No, Thresh is going to come through here. So
triple heal. Are they going to stick with this for Cloud9?
I think it's likely.
Pretty heavy.
Repositioning ability is good on that one. So I want to point out that we've actually had a lot of mirrored matchups now. So we have Rise vs Renekton. We had that in game 2. It's still a game that LMQ won, but they opted the matchup on the reverse side. We have against Cinder versus Nidalee right there once more. And Kha'Zix, Elise, though, both these junglers really getting probably their favorite junglers at this point because none were banned. They just picked one, take the other.
Yeah, these are both pretty strong junglers right now. I would give the edge to Kha'Zix just overall. However, in the top 2 vs 2 matchup, that might happen early. I'm going to give it over to Cloud9. Tempest, that Renekton Elise combo can easily kill Rise. That's great for diving him. Even if they have to do it under a turret, they can probably still come out ahead on it as long as they get the jump. So, again, as I said, that matchup heavily influenced by junglers. Even though it's a reverse this time, there's no difference, and we'll have to see which jungler can get the upper hand in that matchup. We haven't seen a lot of 2 vs 1 switches.
True, yeah. The
couple.
Yeah, we've had a couple, and we've had like really hardcore tower pushes down, but we've seen the 2v2 matchups as well. We've seen kind of we've run the gamut. We've run the gamut of the general sort of early game strategies, the invades, the wards, the pulls back. So I do want to see now. You go farther into the best of 5. how they adapt now to their early game plans. Because not only does champ select change and maybe where your early ganks go and kind of your ward patterns, because you can't repeat those, but also you run deeper and deeper into your invade patterns. And LMQ have actually run the same invade multiple times now into the enemy red buff, drop a ward, peace out. That's been their blue side, I think, both times here. We'll see if these teams start learning the pattern.
And it hasn't just been red buff either. They've also invaded blue buff. The common theme is they're going for those invades because they are safe when you stick together. Even if you find people in the bush, as long as you do have a cohesive unit, a lot of the times it's going to be okay. Maybe it'll be a wash. The real interesting thing is when someone can set up an ambush for you and they guess correctly.
Yeah.
If you set up a defense at one of the buffs and you guess correctly that your enemy will be invading that buff, then you can get your huge advantage.
Well, we'll see if they can find it. We are onto the Rift, guys. Cloud9 Tempest looking to claw their way back in this best of 5. They're down 1-2 in the series, and they're spawning in the blue corner. Up in the top right, LMQ, headlined, I would say, by Xiao, having a very, very good series. Vasily as well. Honestly, I guess I really got to say the whole team putting up great numbers, but
yeah,
up 2-1 so far.
I think that Cloud9 actually have a pretty good chance in this one. They've got 3 heals against this team that's looking to burst people down. So that reduces Syndra's effectiveness. It reduces Kha'Zix's effectiveness. If he can't burn someone down and get that reset, which is going to be hard to deal with 3 of these heals stacked up from Cloud9, then they very well could send this one to a game 5.
Yeah. Well, right now, the guessing game was lost by Cloud9 Tempest. They wait around by their red buff, but LMQ already invaded the blue, and they walk right back to their own jungle, and they're going to safely wait now with their own red buff. So, bit of a vision lead for the LMQ lineup. C9T, they're not going to find this invade happening. I got to say, LMQ doing a good job of switching their strats up just enough to not get caught out here.
Yeah, so, as I said, you can get a big advantage if you guess correctly. Unfortunately for Cloud9, wrong side. And LMQ are going to defensively start their own red buff here. Now, they also were able to put down that ward. So they'll see if Kez goes with a normal route. If you're Cloud9, though, you have to be guessing, because LMQ could easily be starting at your blue buff. Still unsure. That's why they're defensively warding and still going with the invade. They want to secure at least a 2-buff start here, claiming the bottom side of the map.
All right, there's going to be all kinds of fun. It's going to be a lane swap there, more or less initiated by the LMQ lineup. Support and even top lane are actually going to be helping No Name's early jungle clear, so it looks like the buddy system in full effect for these guys. Teleport finally, I think for the first time, no, second time in the series, I believe, picked up for Ackerman there. I think he ran Teleport Lee's Sin in Game 1. His Renekton, though, in Games 2 and 3 did run Ignite, but TP Rise going to let him get around the map. We're going to see this mid lane matchup will be isolated for a while. The junglers should be helping to push instead of ganking. Ackerman now starting the blue buff for his teammate here, and
he will have to double jungle here. There's no way Rise can solo jungle, so it's probably going to be the same sharing of experience for these guys and walking into the 4-man turret push. This again means that the mid lane is isolated and Xiao wastes no time taking advantage of that Nidalee early.
Yeah, the issue level 2 now, so he has the heal, but taking a fair bit of punishment in this lane. There we go, C9T with the 4-man versus 0 push in the bottom lane. Of course, the very slim situation there for LMQ. It is a slower push here for the red team. So, you know, we had a game start out 2 turrets to nothing. That didn't do much for C9T. Maybe they'll have it again here. We'll see what happens.
Now, this one is going to be fairly even. They do get the outer turret a little bit earlier here for Cloud9. The real question is going to be, what did Cloud9 do after this one? Because there's already an early single unit recall here. Ackerman has gone back to base. Will they retreat down to Dragon? There's another thing you can do, is set up an ambush in one of those bushes leading down to the Dragon. If you expect LMQ to try and check it, they can go for kills instead.
They're going to deny as many minions as possible and let Altec and Glebe get the local gold. And as they all die off, they're going to actually deny a little bit of experience away, and they're going to make their way down. But Dragon looks like it is going to be the target there. However,
start it level 2 here.
No, he makes his roam towards mid, and Vasily is getting solo farm in the bottom lane, knowing he's not under any threat.
Great stun!
Big damage on Bishu, forced to flash, but the dive in, the summoner he'll use. Oh, the javelin does not land, and No Name gets out.
Yeah, not the best all in there from No Name. Good reactions from Bishu, able to use both his summoner spells to stay alive. Getting the Dragon means they have 2 members very low, though, and Vasily's getting good damage on the secondary turret. Plus, he's got that solo experience. Solo experience even more important this time around for Twitch. As we said, he's looking to assassinate people later on. He's definitely going to want that extra experience as well as gold. Getting that Blade of Ruin King as quickly as possible will allow him to wreak havoc because turrets are down very early. Twitch will love this situation.
Yeah, well, this turret is still above about 2/3 health, so turret's not going down anytime soon, but Yasuki level 2 versus the almost level 4 Twitch of Vasily. That is one thing to watch for. The early recall from Bishu. Of course, he's got an extra ton of bonus gold from being +1 turret and +1 dragon. So the extra money going to give him a small item lead early on. He's already got Chalice in this lane.
Altec's trying to even up that experience discrepancy between the AD carries as well. They put mid lane farm onto him while Bishu does go back to recall. So he is actually going to be a pretty good matchup. Decently there for Vasily. Actually got the level lead from that solo in mid.
Yeah, so C9T early sight stone. The wards aren't super deep, but they will at least watch the Wraith camp there. Let's see what happens in this one. No Name has a defensive pink ward down by the dragon, walks through a ward himself, jumps in towards Glebe, but Kez the round, lands Cocoon. Flash by Glebe, maybe premature though, had backup already.
Yeah, it was actually No Name who was more in trouble, but he didn't have a flash to blow. So Glebe going to burn his summoner spell regardless. And yeah, Cloud9, they hold on to their advantage from early here. The extra turret plus the dragon definitely going to give them benefit towards this mid-game siege here. We'll have to look at the second spawn of buffs as well.
Yeah.
Because once again, blue buff is very, very important for the Nidalee. Cloud9 Tempest desperately want to hold on to it.
Let's see what happens.
Can they feed it over to him?
It's going to be a tough one to look for. Actually, the blue buff, by the way, hasn't even been fully cleared yet. That was counter jungled and a small piece was left up. And because C9T is holding mid lane, they don't know that the camp is down.
And that's so rare that they haven't even checked it.
Yeah.
So they're not aware of the situation. Great little adaptation from LMQ. Wow, sneaky.
Pretty good move for them so far. So Ackerman going to be holding up the top lane against Yasuki, both of them a bit low level in this game. Xiaowei taking a fair bit of pain. Cocoon's going to land, but it's going to be the Lantern.
Lantern was already there. Moore saw the Cocoon coming before Xiao even did.
True support instincts right there. My teammate's in trouble. You're in line for a skill shot. Keeps him safe. A ward helps LMQ guarantee their blue buff is safe. C9T still don't know that theirs isn't even coming anytime soon. But Yasuki Kez making the roam to the top lane. The flash! Oh! Good flash by Ackerman. Reads the situation, but still. Altec comes in from the side. Xiao in a bit of trouble there. Good damage coming through. Does have flash. Uses it. Stun's going to land. Knocking back Altec, stunning Bishu. Keeps him safe. He's in the summoner though. No Name more. Making the rotation up. Yasuki Kez all forced to back away. Glebe finding a bit of poke there.
Well, at the same time, Vasily again, solo lane experience down bottom. Very deep wave that he's got.
Yeah, Altec was pushing that for a while.
Yeah, a lot of the times what you got to watch after the 2vs1 swaps, the main thing that you should be concentrating on is where the big wave goes that gets built up from those early turrets that go down. Now, the big wave for Coast, or for Cloud9, was actually just dealt with up top for LMQ. And they only lost a little bit of tower health up there. So it's a good rotation from them, moving everybody up towards the top turret to help clear it out. However, it left their blue buff vulnerable. So even though the counter jungling and the mind games from LMQ, leaving that little side lizard up at the blue buff of Cloud9, Bishu comes out with the blue buff regardless.
Yeah. Well, now they're going to check their buff. You actually see the ping coming out from C9T, and they're like, all right, guys, our blue's up. Let's go grab it. They're going to be like, not what we wanted here. But No Name, only level 4, 8.5 minutes in, going to grab the red buff. Yasuki goes, guys, 1330 our blue.
Yeah, the funny thing is, it doesn't matter because they were thinking, oh, our second blue is coming up. They're probably counter jungling right now. Cloud9 have no idea that it was still the first one that was counter jungled.
Yeah.
But doesn't matter. It will have a similar respawn time. They were able to clear that at what, like the 840 mark?
Yeah.
So they'll definitely be timing
1331
that one.
roughly is going to be the respawn. What's interesting though is that actually it's an experience denial because buffs are worth actually a very large amount of XP. And you actually deny like half a level off Bishu with that. If it wasn't going to be counter jungled anyway. Yasuki looks for the stuns, going to find that level 6 on both these guys. Big damage coming out from the team out as well. Forced to back off. Ulti pop by Ackerman gets his health back up rather quickly. Tiamat versus Tyr.
He's not going full tank here. Yazuki not subscribing to Ackerman's school of the full tank in face of double AP comps.
Oh, the flash by Bishu keeps doing the same. Cocoon as well. Xiao goes down. First blood, Bishu. 2,000 gold lead C9T.
What a collapse from Cloud9. Great control of the map here. The ward coverage for LMQ was only on the bottom side. And Kez comes in from the top with that Elise. Great cocoon to cut off Xiao. Gives them complete control of this mid lane because they have no wave clear without him up. It's just going to be more desperately trying to deal with this. Blue buff Nidalee doesn't even care about tanking turret hits. Great move here from Cloud9 to increase the lead.
Javelin onto Vasily as well, but he's going to show up and try to push the team back. Cocoon's going to land as well as the trap. Decent damage on Twitch, who's popped Spray and Pray. But down to 200 health, LMQ Ackerman looks for maybe a Rune Prison, finds it onto Yazuki. Javelin's going to land on the backside though, Bishu.
Dragon number 2 is up, blue buff doing a lot of work. That's going to allow Cloud9 to sustain and continue to threat here. Oh, they're going to burn it down in exchange for mid-turret damage.
Yeah, Bishu's just there on the wings throwing javelins in to kind of control this, but he's not going to stop very much there. No Name and crew will take this one down. Stun's going to land. All in potentials there. The hook lands. Bishu overstays and goes down.
There was nothing he could get done there. Now Cloud9 are coming in 4 versus 5 from the back, but it's a very dangerous chase. They should not pursue this one. Even though they don't see Twitch, they have no idea what he could be packing once he comes out of ambush. Now that was a very poor decision from Bishu. There's nothing that he could have got done there. He was trying to get in experience range. You can see that's why he kept jumping back and forth as Nidalee, but he did the same jump twice, and Xiao was able to land the stun. Bishu knew that it was coming out too. He was flirting with danger, just trying to leech a little bit of experience, 1 minion's worth, and pays for it with his life, with his blue buff. They lose control.
And LMQ capitalized on that kill by getting a ward on C9T's blue buff, so even though they don't know the timer, that ward will spot when the golem respawns. See if LMQ can make a stand for that one. They have no idea what the time is. They just know it's down right now. Vasily is still acquiring his farm on Twitch, going for the Ruin King build. Seems to be the more common Twitch build, though I've seen many on that champion. He's got a while to go, though, adding early attack speed just to get expunge stacks. And he'll finish the combine a bit later, but Bloodthirster is already done for Altec. Because of the 2 dragons there, he's got more gold. BT, no boots. But a really big power spike. Before 12 minutes, he's already stacking that item.
That's why all 80 carries are rushing it.
Yeah.
So much value once you stack up a Bloodthirster.
You double your auto attack damage if you get the item done in time.
Especially since early game it's really easy to stack it up.
Yeah.
Whereas you got to kind of scrounge for minion kills later. Yazuki though, all in on to Rise.
They trade flashes. Kez not quite going to land that cocoon, but he has been rather present on the map. The problem is Kez is very low on gold. Only 27 minions here to the 51 of No Name. So it's a fairly poor Elise.
I got to say that was kind of a miscalculation there for the gank. Could have waited a little bit longer till Elise could get in repel range.
And a roam coming up though, No Name, but also Glebe Glarby.
Followed by Karma.
It's going to be the engage. Ackerman low on health. There comes the repel, and the turret goes down, which means the damage going to come through. Yazuki going to get the kill on this one. Kez likely to drop. Lantern comes in for No Name. He's still in root range, but that's not going to matter. Pops the ulti. Mid lane under fire. Kill 1-for-1. Top lane kill, of course, went through. Now Glebe's in a bad spot, and Vasily is going to walk into Yazuki as well. Glebe flashes away from the hook. He's going to be safe. Twitch getting spotted out. Yazuki in a pretty bad spot. Actually flashes, gets over the wall, survives the ulti from Xiao. Glebe's still in a bad spot, though. I don't know if he's been hit in a while.
Yeah, he went
the
wrong way around towards that 2 versus 2 and pays for it. But it was another kill. That whole time that LMQ are chasing members of Cloud9 through their jungle, though, Altec shoves a huge wave into the turret, and they get the second blue here, or the third blue.
Yeah.
From LMQ's side.
Xiao's never had one all game now. Now, the pink ward does not get swept out, though, so the timer is held by LMQ in that one. They also know that Altec's kind of overstaying his welcome, taking down the white.
Counter blue here. Only a 2-man squad, though. 3 members of Cloud9 collapsing.
Nice by Kez.
And Kez is able to smite that one away. Because Bishu already has the blue buff, nothing lost there. Great pickup for Cloud9.
Okay, so blue buffs on similar timers, around 19 minutes, both of them. Of course, the one on LMQ 7 up a bit sooner. we're seeing the lack of items on Vasily are hurting him right now. He can't quite fight away against Altec's Corki. 135 minions. This is the standard par for the course here.
Yeah.
For C9T. The split push Corki, not a lot of turret pressure, but kills waves so fast.
Also, there's a huge power discrepancy between Cutlass and completing your Blade of the Ruined King. It's a lot of money that you have to invest into that completion recipe, and without that, he doesn't have a very good chance of dueling Altec, so he's going to have to play it cautiously.
See what he can find. Ackerman holding the top lane, but nothing really easy to push in this one. Outer turret's already gone. Yasuki honestly trading farm right now, going Spectre's Cowl. Does want to survive the matchup, but the Rod of Ages soon for Ackerman, actually completed right now, before 15 minutes. So by 25, that'll be fully stacked.
That's a pretty strong tier and Rod completion rate right there. 14 minutes, not bad at all. He will be scaling up very nicely. And he's been able to get through the early game squishy phase of Rise with only one death. And keeping even CS with Yuzuki. It's a job very well done by Ackerman this time around. So he's going to be a pretty big power point for LMQ later. But right now, the power point for Cloud9 Tempest, definitely Altec.
And you've actually got lurking in the shadows, No Name. Off in the wings near the Tri-Brush. If Altec goes in, he's in a really bad spot. Slow lands from Vasily. He goes in for the engagement here, but there comes, oh god, the Kha'Zix. He pops the ulti. Altec flashes, but there comes Thresh. The Rockets. Altec's got nowhere to go. Hooked up, picked up. Kill goes in. Overstayed is welcome. Vasily gets the assist and sneakily waits around.
Yeah, no ward defense for Altec there. Xiao Xiao gets collapsed on, but the teleport comes in.
Big damage root might come in, but there comes the Rise, the Rune Prison. Glebe Glarbu goes down, half HP unknown, but that's more than enough to survive.
Cloud9 losing control here. 2 kills they give up.
And Vasily's pushing bottom. No one's there to stop that.
Ill-advised dive right there coming in. They wanted to answer something for all those champions that LMQ committed to kill Altec, and they weren't able to get anything out of it. 3 members down bottom to collapse on the split pushing Corki. No advantage gained for Cloud9 in response. They actually lose another member.
Yeah. And No Name's waiting around again for the exact same gank. Vasily's chilling there. Low on mana. Only has the ulti, no summoners, but if Renekton goes in, he's about to get caught. Nope, just the recall. Vasily's fine. Doesn't bait anymore, but Bishu not landing nearly the same miracle javelins that Shai Wei Shao was last time. So here it's, well, Dragons up. Pink ward control a little bit there for LMQ, but looks like it's C9T who get there first, and they're going to start this one out. Yeah. They're still snowballing a bit of a gold lead off of Dragon control. They were at a 1,000 gold lead even with those 2 deaths. I'm going to grow that a little bit more. 176 per person.
Whoa! Boots of Swiftness completed on Rise.
Interesting. He really wants to get in range for catches. Also helps him dodge Javelin.
Not a lot of slows that he's trying to reduce, so it's mostly the base move speed on those is higher than either Merc Treads or Tabby, so there is that. However, it's a lot of money for that. Not quite as efficient as you would want.
Ooh, Altec just stole the big Wraith away from Rise. That was kind of nice. So mid lane outer turret went down. 4-2 in turrets. Undefeated, I think 3-0 on Dragons for Cloud9 Tempest. So the global gold going their way, though LMQ definitely have the kill lead, minion lead in some cases. Some great late game as well, but now C9T, they start the poke game. Bloodthirster done. Javelin's coming out.
I'm not a fan of these boots, so keep staring at them. We'll see how it works out, though. He does have the extra base move speed, at least. And the Blade of the Ruined King has also been completed. So Vasily, it's a little bit later than you would want, but he has completed. He'll be looking for those flanks. He's also very good at defending turrets. Not that great at sieging them up. As long as he's in a safe spot, though. He needs more to watch his back. Because Twitch, especially Summoners down, very vulnerable. He's going to need more actually to stand to the side of him. You don't want to be right next. Give him that lantern to get away.
Yeah. Well, mid lane, LMQ with the inside track here, pushing down rather rapidly, but they've
I don't think they'll stay. It would be really dangerous.
It's top lane they're going for. Also, the blue buff respawn. Isn't that right about now?
Even if they fight in the jungle, still really dangerous for LMQ. I think they just want to exit path here.
Yeah, you're right. They just take the white and they're going to be safe. I think I have the blue buff timed wrong. They're waiting around though. Kez might get spotted. No, Javelin's coming in. Looks like C9T well aware of the siege attempt. Stun hook,
Hook's
not
gonna
quite
be
landing.
down.
Gonna get some damage back onto the jungler. Xiao actually well below half. This might be the engage C9T is looking for. They get the reveal onto Twitch. He gets rooted up. Yasuke, though, in the front line takes too much damage from Ryze and backs off.
Good box, though. Box
Yeah.
dissuades any pursuit from Cloud9, and they're able to claim their own blue buff here. Ryze coming in. Will he go for the dangerous steal? They want to deny it from Nidalee, but
He
they're
gets it.
unavailable to. They're trying to give the threat so that there was maybe a panic smite, but they have faith in Bishu, able to get it into that bush and execute it.
And props to Glebe, I missed it, but the LMQ blue buff was actually taken by the support Karma there. I didn't see the invade go in, but with C9T holding the timer, they're owning three.
They're controlling it very well.
Yeah.
Very, very well.
There have been exactly one blue buff total that went to LMQ's team. They've gotten their own reds, but that's it. The Cloud9 Tempest playing the controlled game as best they can, but they're only rewarded with a 2,000 gold lead because LMQ keeps finding kills for themselves. Sheen, done for Altec. He's got a pretty big spike off that one. Of course, there's a lot to get with Trinity Force, but Sheen's still not bad. We'll have some good burst. Vasily just on the Blade of the Ruin King. Plays it safe, pops the ulti to get out, or the stealth. And it's just this tense game where C9T... I feel like LMQ's playing like a consistent game the entire time, and C9T keep making great moves and overreaching sometimes. LMQ's always playing like a good neutral that C9T are trying to play around. Look throughout the series, I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because they are going to be looking for that explosive team fight there. LMQ, they want some sort of fight in a jungle, in an avenue. Uh-oh.
Has a bit caught out, flashes down to the south. Loses the summon spell. That's going to be it, though, for this one.
Now they want to be able to use the Twitch spray and pay in one of these little corridors to try and get their advantage that they're looking for in that fight. Syndra will burst one target down, hopefully, for Kha'Zix to get his reset. Level 11 here for No Name, so he does have the evolved wings as well as the ultimate. This is really what they're waiting for.
Flash, Rune Prison, Bishu's gonna go down. The catch from Xiao opens the doors.
All right, Ackerman with the boots of swiftness has the extra move speed to get in range for the flash and the hard engage. They need a hard engage versus Nidalee. He's here to deliver with the rise.
And another stun on Kez, gonna take even more of a slow. Yasuke forced to dash away. He's gonna be safe, but the mid lane now under fire. Bishu's death cap could not keep him alive. The wave clear, though, still pretty good from C9T. 4 versus 5.
And there's also no Syndra ulti, so they don't have to worry about that single target burst. They can actually defend this fairly easily. Bishu coming right back up.
He's alive right now.
So even though they got that pick, it was a good pick.
Yeah.
They were not able to get much of it. Trying to get at least red buff steal. That's something for LMQ, but they're giving up positioning on that mid lane.
Yeah, the push comes in. No one's around for this one. Wave is 15 seconds away or so it might take some time for C9T unless they backdoor it. Yasuke's going to run forward, so they will do that. But Syndra's around, making C9T back up. Dragon up in 40 seconds, though LMQ will be in position. Ryze pushing the bottom lane. That's Ackerman. Bit of ward coverage on both sides. No one is answering the Ryze push bottom, though. There's a timer for C9T.
Also, No Name is going damage Kha'Zix, the old style here, not going into a third item defensive stat here, going for the armor penetration, so he's assassin Kha'Zix.
Kez takes a bit of damage from that assassination. Cocoon comes out, but the box, sorry, not the box, the lantern as well, keeps him safe. Javelin hits, though, on the backside, taking some health off of more. C9T needs to wait for another minion wave, and Ryze is coming up to flank. He is not walking through any wards yet. C9T, this is the last wave before Ryze shows. It's down to 1/4.
They're looking for the flank here onto Cloud9. Hard engage onto this poke comp would be just what they want.
Ackerman walks through a ward. He hits a trap as well. No one's quite going to find him. Bishu off in the wing. It's got to be afraid of the re-engage from Syndra. It's caught him before.
They give up on Ryze because they want the objective here. Don't want to waste any time chasing him. Good call by Cloud9.
Okay.
Secure that as well as bottom lane farm, which is very important as well. Should be enough for the completion of Trinity Force from Corki. That would be huge for him.
And it is Yomu's. It's Yomu's Twitch right here. That's going to be fun to see if he can burst people out with that combo. Blue buff again stolen away by C9T. Oh, here comes the teleport there. It's going to be the Ryze. The flash coming in to keep him safe, but here comes the potential engage. Cocoon not going to hit. The haste coming in.
It's 5v5 now, though. They've had Altec join, even though it's low on mana.
Yeah, That's just enough, though, for these guys. Looks like we will have the disengage. Mikhail's Crucible is now done for Glebe, so he can actually get people away from those Flash Rune Prisons, from the stuns from Syndra.
However, in the support wars here, the Talisman of Ascension also completed on
Yeah.
LMQ side, so now they have the speed boost that they're looking for.
And the Javelin only hits a minion. Corki trying for some wave clear. Hasn't been able to go back to shot. The stun's going to land into Altec. The engage comes in. The hook as well. Altec has to flash out. Summoning Hills keep him alive. Teleport comes in from a neck, and Yasuke goes in there. There's the box as well. The fight is on. Everyone is trying to disengage. Talisman of Ascension used. Kez stunned up. Spray and Pray is on. Cocoon finds more. So does a Javelin. No Magic Pen yet from the mid lane immediately, though.
Woo.
Disengage, just summoner spells, and cooldowns burn.
That Mikhail's you just mentioned paying off. Kez is really low right now, too. They do not want to continue fighting this. Everybody just backing off to farm money from the jungle and lick their wounds.
Bishu gonna get a double blue buff there. Doesn't really work that way, but he still gets it. So once again, Xiao, I forget if he got the assist last time they caught out Bishu. So someone else got the kill on that one. So Xiao still has never tasted a blue buff this game.
Yeah, he has still the classic minion lead, though, over his lane opponent. Altec at least able to answer for Cloud9.
In the mid
And he
laners,
has finished that Trinity Force. Huge boost for him. This is gigantic for Corki right now.
yeah. So Altec is definitely ahead of Vasily right now in
He's
that
a
matchup.
monster, yeah.
Unless you get like an amazing spray and pray, the Corki damage output will be higher. The mid laners have exactly identical builds right now, minus a Doran's Ring here for Bishu. He might have had to sell for a combine. I feel like he started the game with one. Altec, though,
Another
getting
hook!
stunned up, very low on health. Ulti comes by, he does go down. That is a kill picked up for LMQ. Ascension pop, they're going to look for the re-engage. Twitch is far, so is Rise. 4v3 for now, but LMQ know they have reinforcement. Stun onto Kez, gets played in, gets knocked around a little bit. Ulti shield comes in, but Yasuke's going to take the hook on the face.
Oh no, he fails the slice!
And now he's going to get Rune prisoned up. He's not got a lot of places to go. Doesn't even have the ulti available. Vasily gets the kill.
You're not a spider. You're a crocodile. You can't get over that wall.
That is 2 dead now. Ackerman actually tanky enough to survive this with Flash Rune Prison. Kez gets hooked up as well, jumps into the air, and he's got nowhere to go. 3 kills now. LMQ just keep finding it.
The picks here for LMQ at the perfect time. Starting out with Altec taking off the strongest member and then continuing the chase. Really big swing here. LMQ back in the driver's seat.
Such a good mid game for these guys. They just find the picks any way they can.
All right, there's the flash engage once again from Ackerman. That hard engage they're looking for. Now, using repel like that, you just become untargetable, so things that are already on you will stay on you. That's why we get the extendo chain from Moore. Go gadget death sentence, and they are able to find him.
Works out. 1-0-7 on that Thresh. He's been rather important for the team. 8 of his team's 9 kills, partially thanks to his chains. Gotta be some good stuff for that guy. Yasuke, though, trying to make this work. Does have the Banshees, does have Tiamat. Still trying to be tanky, but the engage, the dive, like C9T is not playing this one like LMQ was.
So basically, it's the pick that happened on the most important target that was possible.
Yes.
And LMQ perfectly responded to it. Immediately followed up with a stun, and they burst down Altec.
So LMQ equalized the gold here, actually putting a 200 gold lead for themselves in this one, entirely from their ability to pick up kills. No Name's Kha'Zix is gigantic.
This is why you upgrade your sweeper, or you use a pink ward, because they swept inside Baron, but it's a nice little vision ward here for Cloud9 that's going to cause LMQ to waste a lot of time. They swept it out. They think they have complete vision of inside Baron.
Yeah, but C9T are like trying to bait the vision
They're
game.
going to twiddle their thumbs here. Now they started off. This is actually a good opportunity for Cloud9 to make a huge comeback.
All right, turret goes down, no local gold. Disengage there. It's going to be just the turret for nothing picked up. LMQ did not speed forwards enough.
That's an assassin Kha'Zix. He cannot afford to be low. Already chugging a lot of potions. Yeah. He needs to get back up, and he is. Mid-game, or mid-lane.
Well, they're going to look for the mid lane. Only 1 minion there, though. C9T aren't going to find any engage. I feel like if C9T were LMQ, they would have dived that top lane. That's the way that LMQ seems to be playing. If they get an advantage, they just freaking push for it and look for opportunities to grab kills.
Yeah.
They've done a very good job of that.
There's so much poke here for Cloud9, though. I mean, this 4-man squad of Nidalee plus Karma, Corki, and Elise is really strong poke. And going for those dives, pretty risky.
That's true. It's just like last game, LMQ and Italy, and they're like, screw it, going in with Renekton.
Yeah.
Made it happen regardless. Just kind of the way they did it. LMQ just feels more decisive in like, I think there's an advantage here, and they find it time and again. Their shot calling so good that they get the same target.
Yeah.
And that's been the way they've been winning these games.
I do have to agree. They also react to things very, very quickly.
Yeah. So LMQ reacting to the mid lane right now, shoving that one back. There's a gigantic set of wards. Look at this top jungle. How many wards are down from C9T? They want to own that section of the map, but I don't know if they can make plays off it.
Can they grab a solo dragon here? Elise definitely will be able to do it. It's just a matter of time. Only thing that would draw him away would be a forced Baron from LMQ. Pings are getting spammed onto it just because they saw that ward and wanted to get rid of it.
Right now, C9T going to be taking the dragon again. They've taken those all throughout the game. That is why they are still holding on to some gold right here. 2,000 actually putting Cloud9 Tempest ahead. They're up a turret, and they're up now what I think is 4 or 5 dragons. Uh-oh, the hook, though, almost lands on an Altec. He's forced to run away more. Not quite going to find the engage. Gleef Glarbu getting his team away. Ascension was used there. Mikhail's is up. C9T might have the tools to respond to an engage. Javelin not going to hit No Name. Bit of ward sweeping. LMQ get away from Baron.
Whoa,
Xiao
with a dangerous mission here. Wants a blue buff for himself. Been starved for so long. And it actually is Cloud9 that are rushing up mid here. He's wasting a lot of time trying to get that blue.
They get a
Feels it, but they're out of position completely. Cloud9 need to burst this turret down. They need to just go for it.
Here's the push. Syndra on the flank. Turret down below half HP. C9T starting to
Not able
flinch,
to
though.
finish.
They back off. Here's Twitch. Puts the slowdown. Cocoon's going to land. Stealth is broken. So is the attack.
Syndra with the flank. Very dangerous for Cloud9.
Half HP, No Name. Looks like LMQ successfully get away with this one. Another Javelin on. And they get Xiao to safety.
Yeah, so that blue buff cost him 30% of that mid-turret health. Will it pay off here?
More poke coming through. Doesn't quite land the champion this time around. Nice stun's going to break the Banshee's Veil. Altec now in the front lines. But the wave clear's so good. Xiao and co not showing fear, even when getting Javelined.
Yeah, Ryze is going to have to heal at least. Take the opportunity with that next minion wave. Bottom wave is shoving in LMQ's favor. So all they really want to do here is hold out.
Yeah, C9T have like a 30 seconds till that bottom lane crashes in. They've got one wave to look for this inhibitor turret. LMQ back to full health. Blue buff Nidalee, blue buff Syndra though as well. Very dangerous. Xiao. You're going to put things down. Yasuke going to lose the Banshee's Veil. C9T will disengage and will look for the minion farm instead.
Ackerman's flash is back up, so they have the option for another one of those flash rune prison hard engages that he's been looking for. A lot of summoners actually available for them. They got all 10. Their next fight is going to determine a whole lot for this game. We'll have to see if Cloud9 are quick on the trigger finger, because they have everything available to them as well.
And interestingly, the bottom lane farm for C9T goes to Yasuke on Renekton. So he'll have the completed Randuins most likely. But they don't put it on Altec, who's been, I guess, not having the best game, 0-2-0, but he could add more damage to his build right here. He's not going to go for it. All the minion waves now in more or less order, though. I think LMQ's doing a bit better job of that one. They've got the bottom lane pushing in. Mid and top about equal. Red buff goes to Vasily now.
We still have not seen Vasily ambush anyone.
Yeah.
Didn't get off to that quick start that he wanted, so wasn't able to get anyone in a compromising position. But, as you said, Cloud9 funneling a lot of money into this tank. The classic Ackerman build, actually, he's using. Not the version 2. Tiamat into full tank. Should work out for him.
Altec looking for a flank on Ackerman, not going to find that. He gets pinged out. Now control over Baron started. LMQ teleporting their whole team up there. They're going to start this one rather quickly, down to about 3/4 already.
Altec has to walk, though, so it's, at best it's a 4 versus 5.
How good the Javelin? Ward over the wall. Javelin won't hit here. LMQ are going to disengage off this one. Putting more Dark Spheres down. Vishu on the wings looking for a Javelin. Does not hit anything with this one. Baron may start regening. Gleef Glarbu going to maybe kill away with some wards with his Oracle's Lens. Must watch for hooks. Here. Good jab. Oh, wow. None of the Vishu Javelins are landing. He's missed 3 or 4 in a row now without damage.
Yeah.
Which could have given the control over mid.
And that, if those were hitting, that would give them the zoning power that they wanted to run up mid. But because they didn't get anyone, pretty easy movement there from LMQ to swing over from the Baron to mid lane here and get the defense. So, all action comes to a halt.
Yep.
They're able to end their course at the blue buff, though. So, all said and done, Cloud9 very happy with being able to stop that Baron, burning both teleports from both top laners.
And Xiao's missing blue now. It timed out on him.
It'll be an easier siege, for sure, for Cloud9. As you said, all the flashes are available, though. When that happens, the advantage actually is usually to the team who's looking to initiate.
Well, damage coming through. Twitches around, though. Goes with the cask. Might pop the ulti. Going to be the engaged. Rune Prison comes across towards Glebe. He's going to have to disengage, flashing away. It's going to be spray and pray pop. C9T forced to run away, but Silly low on health. Will they get the kill?
The trap!
Oh, not quite going to be enough. Summoner heal is used to keep him alive, though.
That's going to be Ryze ulti and Twitch ulti down. That's a lot of the AoE that they count on to get people low for Kha'Zix.
Will they back with this front turret? Going to be Yatsuki taking some damage. Stun on a Glebe, though. Not going to be great. Xiao low. The execute from Kez comes through. It's going to be the kill and the turret. Now to the back line. Thor goes down. No name. Low on health. Has the Hexbreaker. Vasily. Can he save the game? No, he cannot. 4 dead. C9T finding a huge team fight at 35 minutes.
Looks like we're going to 5, Freak. The inhibitor goes down. This should be the game. Easy end on the Nexus turrets.
35. Here comes No Name for the miracle. Not going to happen. Ace. The kill goes to the overworked Glebe Glarbu on support. 1, 2, and 4. 35.5 minutes. We're going the distance.
All right.
Game 5 for everything.
Full 10 games today. Everybody gets their money for it.
Yeah. Oh, man, guys.
And Hai was talking about the momentum swing. He
Yeah.
was saying, oh, it's all in LMQ's favor now. The fights are getting progressively worse for Cloud9.
Yeah.
But they regroup and they come back strong. They get the Nidalee pick. Pretty crucial there. Both members of the mid lane performing very well on that Nidalee. And this time around, Bishu gets the W. Whew.
Nail-biting series back-to-back as well. And I mean, think about it, right? Like, so C9T wins game 1, lose game 2, lose game 3, bring it back in game 4. And it was a game where they were winning the game and then let it slip for a while. You saw those 3 kill catches in a row. LMQ took back map control. I can't even talk anymore. That's how close the games are. Took back map control, and you're like, geez, like, that game was like a microcosm of the series where it was like, start out strong, And now you've got to get your head wrapped around game 5 now as well. The contested picks, what's important there, who gets what.
Cloud9 got Nidalee. Cloud9 actually got Renekton as well. Pretty crucial, pivotal point for them.
Yeah.
And Elise. I have to keep saying, I think the jungler for Cloud9, you got to test his champion pool. Press him a little bit.
Yeah, and of course, think about it, though. Think about the bans that were coming through. You had the Ziggs band over and over and over again. They're not relinquishing that one. So which champion pools do you test? They seem content to push down on Bishu. We'll see if that changes here in Game 5. Yeah. Guys, it's time for the 5th and final game of the Spring Series Finals between LMQ and Cloud9 Tempest. And then, of course, Hai will be joining us one last time. Don't go anywhere. You've made it this far.